Inside your body, right? This very second, there are these incredible, totally invisible systems working around the clock just to keep you alive. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most brilliant balancing acts of them all, the one orchestrated by your kidneys.
So let's start with a question you've probably asked yourself at some point. And believe it or not, the answer reveals this amazing story about your body's master filters, a super complex communication network, and its constant tiny battle to keep everything in perfect harmony.
Okay, first things first, we've got to understand the core problem our body is always solving. Every single day, you're taking in food, water, and air, right? Well, all that processing creates a ton of leftovers. And if that waste material just hung around, it would actually become toxic and fast. Now, to deal with all that junk, your body has a process called excretion. And listen, this is way more than just a trip to the bathroom. You can think of it as a vital, nonstop cleanup operation that is absolutely essential for your survival. And the sheer variety of waste we're talking about is pretty mind-blowing. It's everything from the carbon dioxide we literally breathe out to stuff like urea from breaking down proteins, and even extra vitamins that your body just doesn't need. It is a massive, and I mean massive, cleanup job, all day, every day.
So, why do all this work? Well, this entire cleanup operation has one ultimate goal: homeostasis. It sounds like a really technical word, but it stands for a simple, beautiful idea: your body's ability to keep your internal world stable and constant, no matter what's going on outside. It's your body's perfect equilibrium.
And that brings us to the heroes of our story today, the kidneys. When it comes to maintaining that delicate balance, that homeostasis, they are the undisputed champions, the master filters of your body. So, what's their main gig? Well, at its most basic, this is what they do. You've got two of these bean-shaped powerhouses, and their number one job is to filter your entire blood supply over and over and over again. They pull out all that nasty waste and package it up into urine to be sent out. But here's the thing, they are so much more than just simple filters. They are incredibly dynamic regulators. Just look at all the things they're constantly juggling: your water balance, your salt levels, your blood pressure, even the acid-base balance of your blood. They're always making these tiny, precise adjustments to keep everything just right. So how on earth do the kidneys know what to do? I mean, how do they know when to hold on to water or when to let it go? Well, they don't work alone. Let's talk about their first major partner, the brain, which acts as the command center for managing your body's water supply. Deep down in your brain, there's a little region called the hypothalamus, and it's basically on surveillance duty 24/7. It has these specialized cells, you can think of them like tiny little moisture sensors, and their only job is to check your blood to see if you're hydrated or if things are getting a little too salty. And when those sensors detect that you're getting dehydrated, it kicks off this amazing chain reaction. The brain releases a chemical messenger called ADH, or antidiuretic hormone. Now, diuretic is something that makes you pee more, so antidiuretic does the exact opposite. This hormone travels straight to the kidneys with one clear instruction: hold on to water. And the kidneys, they obey, pulling more water back into your blood. And boom, there it is. That's the aha moment. When your kidneys hold on to more water, all that waste they filtered out becomes more concentrated in less liquid, and that's what makes it a darker color. It's a direct signal from your brain, sent via your kidneys, basically screaming at you to go drink a glass of water. But here's where it gets even cooler. The kidneys don't just sit around waiting for orders from the brain. Nope, they send out their own signals. They have this incredible built-in system for managing blood pressure, all to make sure they can do their filtering job properly. This whole setup is called the renin-angiotensin system, or just RAS for short. So here's how it works. It all starts when the kidneys sense that blood flow is getting a little too low for them to filter effectively. In response, special cells release an enzyme called renin. Renin kicks off this cascade that ends up creating a super powerful hormone called angiotensin II. And what does angiotensin do? It squeezes blood vessels all over your body, which instantly raises your blood pressure. But wait, there's more. Angiotensin II is a double whammy. It also sends a message to the kidneys to reabsorb more salt and water back into the blood. And what does more fluid in your blood vessels mean? You got it, even more volume, which helps to raise the pressure even higher. It's just a brilliant two-pronged attack to make sure the kidneys can keep on filtering. All right, let's recap. We've got the brain managing water, we've got the kidneys managing low pressure. But what happens if that pressure gets too high? Well, that's when our third ally jumps into the conversation, the heart. And it basically acts as the system's crucial safety valve. I mean, think about it. That renin-angiotensin system is fantastic at raising blood pressure when it's too low. But if it goes on unchecked, super high blood pressure can be really dangerous. So obviously the body needs a way to bring it back down. And this is where the heart steps in. When the walls of the heart's upper chambers, the atria, get stretched out from too much blood flow, the heart itself releases its own hormone, called ANF. And this hormone does the exact opposite of the kidney system. And this is where you can really see the genius of the design. These two systems are locked in this perfect, constant push and pull. On one side, you have the RAAS system from the kidneys, which gets triggered by low pressure and constricts vessels to raise it. And on the other side, you have ANF from the heart, triggered by high pressure, which dilates vessels to lower it. It is a beautiful biological tug of war that keeps your blood pressure exactly where it needs to be. So when you put it all together, you realize it's not just one organ doing its own thing in isolation. It's this perfectly synchronized team. You've got the brain acting as the lookout, constantly watching water levels. You have the kidneys as the engineers, fine-tuning the pressure. And you have the heart as the safety inspector, making sure the whole system never overloads. And just think about it. This entire unbelievably complex program of sensing, signaling, and adjusting is running right now, inside of you, 24/7, without you ever having to think about it. It kind of leaves you with this final amazing thought. What other invisible systems, what other perfect little teams are working inside of you at this very moment to keep everything perfectly balanced?